Do you like sports? Do you like sports? Do you like sports? Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Let's Talk About It podcast, hosted to you by Sports Talk Chi-Town. I'm your host, Dime, and this is episode 11. The Bears versus Ravens recap. The Bears lose in stunning fashion to now go on a 5-game losing streak. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. Doesn't get better. The game was close and got me out of my seat a couple of times. But let me tell you what. This is the third week in a row the defense gives up a lead. And this is the third game in a row that the defense, this falls completely on the defense. I don't want to hear anything about, Roquan Smith did this, he did that. Yeah, he was flying around making plays, but guess what? Nobody did enough because Tyler Huntley, rival of Lamar Jackson in Florida in high school, who played for Lamar Jackson today, beat the Chicago Bears on the road in Chicago. He's a Floridian. He doesn't want to play in the cold weather. So let's just get into it. Let's just go pregame. We got the news earlier in the week. Khalil Mack is out for the year. Had the foot issue, comes to be that he has something going on with his toe. So he's out for the year. Danny Trevathan's put on the IR. He just came back. He's back on the IR. In this game, we had no Akeem Hicks, no Allen Robinson, no Eddie Jackson. For the Ravens, pretty much, they've been battling injuries this whole year as well. But, Lamar Jackson's huge. Hollywood Brown is huge. So, this Baltimore Ravens team, who heavily is involved around Lamar Jackson, you got to win these type of games. I don't know how many times I got to say this, but the complementary football that's the missing piece. That's the missing piece. And we're going to get into it, but after those big plays at the end of the game, you need to make a stop. It's like you don't even have your team's back. But let's just get into it. We got Jim Nantz, Tony Romo calling the game again. Before the game, I was excited, thinking, maybe we got a chance without Lamar Jackson. Maybe we can make a point. Tony Romo's pretty much bigging up Justin Fields. Justin Fields been playing a hell of a game. He's been growing every game, every rep, feels like he's figuring it out every play. So going into the game, I had pretty much a lot of confidence. Going into the game, the Ravens lost the coin toss. The Bears deferred, so the Ravens got the ball first. As soon as the game starts, what do you think is going to happen? They're not going to throw the ball. Baltimore starts establishing their run game. Back-to-back good runs, first down, they're getting to it. Then Robert Quinn, been having a hell of a year. He makes a great play, tackle for loss. Follows that play, the very next play, on the 3rd and long, gets a sack. And moving forward, I'm thinking, we have a chance. And if we win this game, anything can happen. We can get high. You never know. So I write in my notes, he's going to have a big role. He's going to play a big role in this. If we're going to try to go on any type of thing, he's going to have to stay hot. He's going to have to keep on contributing because that's what the defense is going to need. We're going to need pressures. We can't have guys just in the pocket just chilling. No, we're going to need Robert Quinn creating havoc. So big series for him, back to back great plays. Bears get the ball, early rhythm. I'm excited. And Tony Romo was talking about this during the game. They're starting to build plays around Justin Fields' strengths. He started off the game with a quarterback run, designed run. These are things they weren't doing. Another thing I seen is they had the I formation with Justin Fields, J.P. Holtz, who I like as their fullback, and David Montgomery. You'll think, traditional Chicago Bears, you're just going to run the ball. Not so fast. Justin Fields does some crazy audible shit. You flip. Now guess what? It's empty. You got all these guys got about 5 wide spread, spreading it out. So we're moving the ball. This is the first Bears possession. Getting first downs. Carlos Santos misses a field goal. So guess what? We just started the game, get on a good groove, building momentum, and you miss the field goal. Those are what I wrote down as missed opportunities. These are missed opportunities. You go up 3-0, build momentum, confidence in the offense. You fuck it up. You pretty much, it's over with now because you missed the field goal. There's a lot of football left, but still, you would like those points. Those are big points that you need, especially if you're on a losing streak. You need all the points you could get. So, and again, a missed opportunity. Following possession, Roquan Smith is flashing through my screen. I'm watching. He's going sideline to sideline, making plays left and right. The Ravens end up connecting on a big 3rd-and-long play. Follow that up, Robert Quinn gets a strip sack. The ball goes, bounces out of bounds. Big stop, big stop. Got 9.5 sacks on the year, playing out of his mind. Shout out to Robert Quinn, Puerto Rican Bobby. I appreciate your hustle. I appreciate your contribution to this team. And it's a big stop. It's a big stop. Bears offense gets the ball 3-and-out. Missed throws, throwing the ball over Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney can't catch the ball. Just, again, missed opportunities. Ravens then get the ball to get first down. Sean Desai then throws a cornerback blitz, which you don't see often nowadays with this new age passing game. You don't really see that because I guess people think they could take advantage of it. It's kind of an old school thing in my eyes. I feel like it was a well timed blitz and it made a big play at that point in the game. And the Bears don't jump off sides. The Bears don't jump off sides. They try to get them. You don't do it. Disciplined football. I have nothing bad to say. I have nothing bad to say whatsoever. So again, we're talking about disciplined football. So like I said, to that point, they were doing what they had to do, and you couldn't complain about it at all. So then, the following possession, Bears get it. David Montgomery, we start handing the ball off to David Montgomery. And that was another thing that I noticed in his game. It was a lot of more passing. David Montgomery is your bulldog, absolute bulldog. Back-to-back runs, running with a purpose, and that's the identity of the Chicago Bears. Following play, Fields to Goodwin for a first down. It was a great play, great throw. Took a hit, stood in the pocket. And again, we're talking about Justin Fields every play, maturing, getting better, making the right decision. You follow that up by sack fumble. Calais Campbell hits the ball, hits his leg, bounces right to a Raven defender, kills the whole drive. Kills the whole drive. It's over with. So defense needs to come and make a stop. We definitely need the defense to pick up the offense at this point, right? So Roquan Smith is still flying around making plays. Gets another tackle for loss. Then Tyler Huntley, a.k.a. Lamar Jackson's high school rival, this dude goes and scrambles on a 3rd-and-long, gets like 19 yards, picks up the first down, keeps the drive going. So the Bears are not making the plays, the Ravens are making the plays. Remember that. So they keep the drive alive. They're driving off our turnover. So with that turnover, the drive ends. Baltimore gets another field goal. They get a field goal. They go up 3-0. We didn't get the ball back. The Bears, back-to-back plays. Darnell Mooney drops a pass. More missed opportunities. We need you if the ball is hitting your hands, you're an NFL wide receiver. And I know a lot of people like Darnell Mooney. A lot of people like Darnell Mooney. He was a steal in the draft. I give Ryan Pace credit for finding him. No, A-Rob, we need you, buddy. We need you. Missed opportunities. End up giving them the ball back. Roquan's still everywhere, making plays. And he ended the first half with 11 tackles. So that sums up how he was looking in the first half. Good play by DeAndre Houston Carson, a.k.a. DHC, playing great. Definitely need him. And again, he's just flashing on the screen, making the right plays. That's a name that you hear me repeat on this podcast time and time again because he's always in the right spot. Right guy in the right spot. And the Bears hold him to another field goal. Got the best kicker in the game with Tucker. So the Ravens are going up 6-0 at halftime, right? 6-0 at halftime. My thoughts, the Bears need to get Fields going in the second half. Get him out the pocket. Get him moving. Get him throwing. Get the running game. Let the offensive line punch instead of just passing the ball and letting them try to deal with a pass rush. And the Bears get the ball back in the second half. And the stat of the half is, again, Roquan Smith with 11 tackles. That's impressive. Now, Bears get the ball back. First play out the half. You made your adjustments and everything. You gave your halftime speech and spiel and all that. First play out the fucking half. False start on the offense. So that's not a good sign. You get a false start. Fields luckily makes a huge play on third and long, gets the first down, and that's all she wrote in out of that drive because we end up punting the ball. Fields on a scramble trying to pick up the first down. He was short of the first down, but he took a hit and he ends up going into the tent. He ends up not coming back in the game. So he goes into the tent. Follow that up, I see Eddie Goldman end up getting injured. He goes into the tent. We then get a pass interference call. Continues to drive. Then the defense gets a stop. So we did what we had to do. We got the stop. Guess what? Justin Fields out the game now. It's Andy Dalton's time. The Red Rifle is back with something to prove. Mind you, he was in the AFC North playing with the Bengals. He was a big rival of the Ravens. Tony Romo and Jim Nantz were talking about it, saying he killed the Ravens so many times in like many different games. So, right man, right spot. He knows the Baltimore Ravens, right? Let's go, Andy. First play, Jimmy Graham. First down, gets the hype, starts yelling at the sideline. I like that, Jimmy Graham. That's what I like. You taking the initiative of their leader role and waking everybody the fuck up. Because to that point, that shit was dead as hell. And that point, I will say this. That turned a lot of the shit around when he did that. Something that small, he changed it around because he got everybody hyped. Guess what? Following play. Fucking screen pass. Darnell Mooney, 60 yards, breaks tackles, breaks 2 to 3 tackles, and runs for the score. The Bears take the lead, 7-6. Cairo Santos makes the pat. So guess what? We just scored. We now took the lead. Soldiers Field is rocking now. We woke everybody up. The defense then gets a stop. It's complimentary football. Now guess what? Run the ball. David Montgomery with a nice run. And then what happens? Nothing. The play call, nothing worked. We pumped the ball again. So defense, it's on you now. I see Ladarius Mack. Khalil Mack's out for the year. Lil Bro then gets activated to the Chicago Bears, the active roster, and he's on the field and he makes a play. Him and Travis Gibson, the linebacker, make a sack, split the sack, big stop. Follow that up with another Robert Quinn sack. He's been huge all game. Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith were everywhere in this game. The Bears are on the 40. They end up doing a wildcat on fourth down. And what I don't understand is this. When you see that wildcat, right, they did the same thing in Pittsburgh. And Darnell Mooney scored a touchdown off it. These guys follow that up with a fucking wildcat, and nobody's in motion. It's just, what do you really think David Montgomery's going to throw the ball? He catches the ball, squats, and runs. You don't get it on fourth down. Why don't you just line it up from the eye? J.P. Holton at fullback, just running. Don't do it. It's a big missed opportunity. It goes back to the missed opportunities. Following possession, defense comes up big. Tashawn Gibson, our strong safety, gets the big interception, rolls over, takes the ball. Oski, huge play. Huge play. Bears get the ball. 3 it out. Dalton misses Mooney on third down. Follow that up with a block punt. You block our punt, you partially block it. You now get the ball pretty much like on the 50. Travis Gibson, our linebacker, makes a big play tackle for loss. The Ravens end up settling for a field goal. They go up 9-7. Starting to get late in the game. Dalton connects to Kmet. Get the ball. Dalton connects to Kmet. First down. Then a fourth down. We hit Darnell Mooney with a fake play action. Darnell Mooney gets it. Jason Peters then follows that up on left tackle, follows that up with a false start on fourth down. So at this point, it's like, damn, we can't get shit right. I'm salty and everything, salty. Like, yo, what is going on? 4th and 11, what's going on? Andy Dalton hits Marquise Goodwin, touchdown. Bears go up 14-9. Soldier Field erupts. They're getting here Andy chants at Soldier Field. It was insane. You couldn't believe it. Big play. It felt like it was meant for the Bears to do it and do what they had to do to win it. All they needed was a stop against Lamar Jackson's rival in high school, Tyler Huntley, yo. And it's no disrespect because he ended up beating us. But it's like, come on. We can't get one stop when we need it. He ended up getting the ball back, busted coverage. He ended up hitting Dink Dunk, and then he hit Sammy Watkins on a missed assignment, blown coverage, catches it onto the 5-yard line. Deion Bush missed him. And I've been saying, and I know you guys are listening, been saying Deion Bush is not him. He's not the guy. And with Eddie Jackson out, they're trying to put him there, and it hurts us again. He gets on the 5, then the Ravens run it with Devontae Freeman. Scores it on the run with 20 seconds left to end up winning the game, 16-13. The Bears fall to 3-7, and it doesn't get better. This is it's pain for all Bears fans. This is numb to it at this point. All you can do is look towards the future of what they're going to do with Justin Fields, because another loss, like Maggie, you had plenty of opportunities to do something, bro. And you do shit like you do on the sideline because you can't hear something. You make it about you. You call these timeouts. You just want to say where we're at or the whys, and it just doesn't. It doesn't equate to wins. We gave you a chance. Yes, you're a coach of the year. But come on. This is a game you need to win. This is a game you need to win no matter what. Lamar Jackson is out. Y'all got to win this game. Justin Fields can't be. Y'all are struggling with Justin Fields. Thankfully, Andy Dalton came in, made big throws, big timely plays, or this would have been worse. The first half was absolutely boring. There was nothing exciting about it. To beat up Ravens team, yeah, they have a good record, but this was a very winnable game for the Chicago Bears. And even Tony Romo elaborated and said the Bears are not a 3-16. They're way better than that. It's just the things and the bad timely play calls, and when you just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Fourth or whatever. You got David Montgomery back there, man. You got a Wildcat. Throw that shit in motion. Try to get Darnell Mooney. Get one of your playmakers involved. Do what you have to do. You're coming off of a bye week. You got to self-scout yourself. I don't get it. In this game, very winnable game. You win this game, you follow it up on Thursday, Thanksgiving, against the Lions, which is another very winnable game. You find yourself on a 2-game winning streak. You find yourself on a winning side, and you start building momentum towards the end of the year. Like, that's how it's supposed to work. But then you give up games like this and you just put yourself in the corner. And then, when you're rooting for a guy like Manning, it's just, you're not helping yourself at all. You're lucky to make it to the game on Thursday, man. Like, this is back-to-back years of extended losing streaks. Like, this is not good at all. Like, you got to do something, man. You got to figure this out. And yeah, we got the game on Thursday against the Lions, winnable game, but never know, man. This is one of the years that it stings. This is bad. On the day you see the Vikings beat the Packers, and me, to be honest, I feel like we could beat the Vikings 2 out of 2 times this year. Like, they're not nothing special either. Like, you gotta win games like this. You have to, and when you don't, you're not helping yourself. So, and again, like, all Bears fans everywhere, they're probably just feeling like, Justin Fields, he's the guy. What's the next move? Who are we going to put around him? How are we going to do that? No one's even thinking about this year no more. This year is a wash. This year is a dub. This is over with. We're 3-7. So we're still going to be putting out content, though, but it is what it is, though. And we're going to keep it at that while. We're going to keep it real, man. Like, we're 3-7. We're nothing to brag about at all. Shout out to the Bulls. That Bulls pod is coming soon. Stay tuned. You see us. The hype is real. Coming soon. Stay tuned. But yeah, we're going to check back in with this Bears talk after Thanksgiving. You might have a Thanksgiving special. Stay tuned for that as well. In the meantime, in between time, make sure you guys like and subscribe to this. I appreciate everybody who listens and everybody who takes their time to check me out, clicking on it, and reposting it. I appreciate it. I don't take those things for granted, and definitely notice it and appreciate it. But that's about it for today in the Bears game. We got to figure it out. Hopefully Justin Fields is not hurt too bad and he could come back. If not, Andy Dalton was what? 11 for 23, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns. Maybe Andy should play it out for the rest of the year. I don't know. Like, that's how I'm feeling. Like, why we? I guess you can put Justin Fields out there because he's gonna need the experience. But you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know. But stay tuned for that Bulls pod coming soon. And again, make sure you guys like and follow me on Facebook, like and follow me on Instagram. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a happy Sunday, and I'll check you later. You made it to the end. Thank you. I appreciate it. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I said,